this morning we are here to discuss around the theme, the power of purpose, why living a life that matter. So living a life that matters, the power of purpose. Like I said, Wild by Hair is just about enjoying and celebrating the journey of purpose and then impact. So that is why we are having a discussion around that. So my first question would be, when we say purpose, what's your idea about purpose? What do you think purpose is all about? So maybe I think Mr. Benquam does a lot of um, um, yeah, leadership training and all that. So I think maybe it would be more appropriate for him to begin that. Yes.
All right. Thank you, David, for this meeting. I think it's something that must go on for the small cliques of conversation that is going on. In our day and age, there are so many conversations going on around the table, the beach, wherever you find yourself. And the topic that she's brought up, it's very deep. It's most of the time not really looked at. Sometimes you want to make it a little bit of a theory. Other times you want to look at it from an intellectual's lenses and all. But for us to really understand purpose, I've been doing this for almost like about 15 years. When we talk about purpose, we are looking at 3, maybe to 4 dimensions. The first one is the God factor. Number 2 is the you factor, you the individual. Number 3 is the environment. Okay, then maybe you blend it with a little bit of the excesses. What I mean by the God factor, you cannot meaningfully understand purpose when you delete God out of it, because He is the originator of what we call purpose. Right. So the beginning and the end of it. Then number 2 is the essential element in purpose is you, the person who is trying to make a meaning out of your life. Then maybe finally, why purpose? Why do we think we have to even think about purpose if there is nothing like the world? Okay, so you're looking at a blend of God initiating a whole grand scheme, and in the grand scheme, He puts what we call a tool or an individual to execute that thing. Then the person is given what we call a jurisdiction or a dimension with which they are to operate. So purpose is that God idea that has been placed in the heart of men to expand or execute whatever He wants to be done within the framework that He has given to us. Now, I don't want to talk much about it, try to create a lot of confusion, because already a lot of people are confused and they are at a crossroad. But what I can really end by saying is, God never makes a mistake. The grand scheme of God can never be executed without humanity. God is limited within the framework of naturality when it comes to the earth. And He will only do that through men. When we get that wisdom, we will be careful in how we deal with people that we meet. Whether we know them, no matter their pedigree, no matter wherever they find themselves. God operates through men. He uses men. I believe in miracles, but God's greatest miracle is a human being. And so we have to live in respect, in humility, and in great gratitude for people that are in our lives. So that is what for me I'll say for now. And maybe as the discussion progresses, we'll be able to understand exactly where we are going. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you, Mr. Benquam. Ruth, can you tell us what purpose is about?
Okay, so to just add, I mean, he said a lot of things and he's put it in broad perspective. But just to add to what he said, Romans 8, verse 29 makes us understand that for those he foreknew, he predestined Do you get it? That means that God already knew us. And he said, like, when you were in your mother's womb, I knew you. The creator already knew that, okay, I'm going to create Ruth. And he has predestined me to be conformed to his image. So I feel like that is just the definition of what purpose is. That God has already destined me, he has predestined me to be like him. So in everything that I do, I have to go back to the drawing board and understand that I have to be like Christ. Do you understand? Because when someone creates something, there's a purpose for it. There's a purpose for this mobile phone. There's a purpose for this water. That's the same way there's purpose for you and there's purpose for me. And then the truth of the matter is that in broad perspective, we actually all do have one purpose. We are going the same way because the whole point is being like Christ and then conforming to his image and then getting people to also become like Christ. So I feel like let nobody confuse you about who you are and what you are here to do on earth. When we're in school, I mean, like growing up as a Christian, we made, like you said, purpose look more theoretical. So, and then look like something that we know, but it's not in practice. But then now, growing up, I've come to understand that there's just one purpose. When I go to work, there's just one purpose. In being a wife, it's just one purpose. What is it? We want to go to heaven. We want to be like Christ. We want to experience heaven on earth. And we are the heaven. So the whole point is, let's just do what we have to do to become like Christ. Okay. When you're caught up in any circumstance in your life, ask yourself, will Jesus do what I'm doing? I mean, it looks so spiritual, but then it is the truth. It is the truth. You can't go away from God and still think you're achieving your purpose. Else you've lost the reason why the manufacturer created you. Okay. So it's not really about, I want to become the president of Ghana. It's not really about, I want to become the richest person in the world. Wherever you are placed in life, the whole point is being like Christ, conforming to his image. And then we all go to heaven. That's all.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ruth. I think from what Ruth has mentioned and what Mr. Quarm has mentioned, the whole thing about purpose, you can't take God out of it. So the Elizabeth, why does purpose matter in the first place? Why does it really matter? Why do we have this whole buzzword purpose and people are talking about it, people are writing books about it, people are just preaching about it? Why does it really matter?
I think before we all came here, there was that's one goal. It was not just to gather here and just eat or whatever it is. It was because you made us aware of the fact that there was something we were going to do. Okay. Hence, we had to gather here. And so, just to add to what Mr. Quarm and Sister Ruth has said, I want to actually level on intentionality. Okay. You can't say that you are going to be like Christ, and then today you pick your Bible, you read, and then tomorrow, when you're meeting me, I'm not buying it. You can't do that. There should be some sort of intentionality. And with that, he is giving us rules. You know that you have to read the word of God. You have to do certain things that you know that this is Christ-like. And so if you're not doing them, how do you end up being like Christ? You understand? And so to fulfill purpose or to make purpose matter, there should be that level of intentionality. There should be something that drives you. There should be something that motivates you to do this thing. You've set out goal. Just like before you started this thing, when you spoke, you said you had it in your mind. There was a lot of things you had planned out. But then because you knew this was what you wanted to do, the intentionality is what we are seeing today. Okay. And so there should be that level of intentionality. Like there should be something that you know that if I don't do this thing today, it has become a part of my life, an extracurricular activity. And so if I don't do it, maybe it won't me. The intentionality has to be there. Okay. That will make your purpose matter. Okay. That will make people know that, when this lady is there and she is moderating an event. There's something about this. Please, I didn't get your name.
Belinda.
There's something about Belinda. When Belinda is in the room, you know she commands the room.
Okay.
You know this thing about Belinda. And so, if there's no intentionality with what she is doing, how does she end up letting everybody know that this is my purpose, this is why I am here,
Okay.
and so this is what I have to do.
Okay.
And so I am just kind of, leveling on intentionality,
Okay.
something that has to motivate and drive you.
Okay, so thank you, the Elizabeth. So I think basically what she's saying is that you have to add intentionality for your purpose to manifest, to matter, yes, to matter. But then we are talking about God, we are talking about purpose, we are talking about being like Christ. When it comes to everyday purpose, walking in purpose, maybe let's say Ruth is your wife, you have your kids and all that. Mr. Quarm is a CEO, you are doing your job, I also go to my job and all that. Everyday purpose, what's everyday purpose like? Are we saying that once you wake up in the morning, everything is about I want to be like Christ? How do we navigate it? Like looking at our ambitions, looking at our goals. Do our ambitions and our goals have a role in our purpose, or they are very distinct factors? And then what we are talking about is, okay, I want to be like Christ. How do we merge our ambitions? How do we merge our goals? How do we merge our everyday lives in the purpose that you guys are talking about? So I think maybe Ruth, maybe you could.
All right. So, like Debbie said, how are we merging our lives, our career? For me, how am I merging motherhood?
The video is coming.
How am I merging motherhood in this journey of purpose? But good. I believe that in achieving purpose, we are gearing towards making an impact in our lives. Even in your home, how you communicate or deal with your spouse, how you speak to your children, they need to see that the God factor in you. Most often, I tell people that this out of the box though, but how you are determines how people will behave around you. So if you are with someone like your spouse and you feel like, my spouse is not praying, my spouse is not doing this, like he doesn't read the Bible. When you speak, they don't hear. You can say it 1,000 times, they wouldn't hear because they are not in your place. They don't understand what you are saying. But then when you act it, when you be what you're asking someone to become, that's when they actually become. So for instance, if you enter a room and the place is so well kept, okay, you enter a kitchen and the dishes are washed, would you eat and go and leave your dish there like that? But when you enter a room and the place is messed up, would you wash your plates? You saw dirty plates there, would you wash it? You wouldn't. So the whole journey about purpose, back to your question, is about making an impact to the people around you. At work, you are making an impact. You are keeping the principle. And the principle is God. So you are making people see Jesus in you. So we are not saying that when you wake up in the morning, you are saying, I want to become like Christ. It's not about saying, it's about acting it, becoming it. So God cannot be put aside, and then we put work here and family here, and then what? Friends here. There should be God reflecting in every area of our lives. And that's what I believe in. Once you go to work, people should know that this girl believes in God. She's a child of God. At work, when it's anybody's birthday, they'll say, Ruth should pray for the person. And then I'll give a very long prayer. And then people will go like, and they say I am eloquent, not because they think I can like sell, because I sell houses. They say I'm eloquent because they say I pray well. And that's the reason why I'm being given some graces that I have. And then I sat down, I sat back and I'm like, how? Like, I felt like you guys should praise me for being able to sell, praise me for being able to do what I'm here to do. But it's outside of it. It's just because I pray for people and they hear what I'm saying about God. They feel like, oh, Ruth is good. Why? Because she prays well. She prays well. And it's getting me the benefit that I want. So serving God must reflect in every area of our lives. I feel like that's our purpose. My purpose is not to make money. I want to make a lot of money, actually. But I want people to know me that I have worked with God. I want people to know me and know the God factor in me. I want to leave an impact in people's lives. So I called my friend one time and I asked her, so if God gives you $1 million, what would you use the money for? And then she was like, I'll go and buy a house. I'll buy this. And I was like, if you are talking about buying a house and traveling, then that's not the $1 million I'm talking about. Because if you have $1 million, buying a house is very cheap. I mean, like it's not even what we are talking about. But I'm saying that if God gives you everything that you have right now, what would you do? What impact will you make? Then you see that really life is not about material stuff. I deal with people who are very rich. They can afford every house they want. They can do anything they want to. They can travel to any country they want to. But then, is that all that is about you? All that is about you is that you live in a good house or you have money at the bank. Is that all that it is? Then your life is not really interesting at all. But then it should be a life that has created impact in people everywhere you go, at your workplace, in your children's life, in your spouse's life. What is your spouse saying about you when you are not there? What are people saying about you when you're not there? I think I've spoken too much. But then, yeah, that's big.
Yeah. Thank you. So my next question would be, so is purpose like a particular destination, maybe a one point destination? This is purpose, or is it a journey? Does it evolve? Or is it more like the Eureka moments where we say, okay, yes, this is it, and this is what I have to do, and then I go do it? Or it's just something that from birth you are just walking in it? What exactly, how does it unfold? So, Mr. Ben Quarm, if you could just touch on that a little for
This one
us.
is like that. Entry into some kind of spiritual thing.
Let's just keep it here.
So I'm not sure you backslided when you got out of school. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to really say that. See, the idea of purpose. You're talking about how you juggling, you being a wife, you being whatever in purpose. The whole idea is the starting point of our decisions must must come from purpose. The work you do, because it literally fills every aspect of your life.
Yeah.
And that is why we have to be very intentional, very careful about where we work. I have very good Christian friends who are working in places that has shipwrecked their faith. It has literally made them to lose their values. And you have to be very careful. See, this life is very short. Whether it is 80 years, 90 years, I'm not sure I want to live for long, to be honest with you. But I want to do what I can do within that short space of time. And we have to be very careful about it. Sometimes when you get to people who are living a life of purpose, it looks like they have a boring life.
Yeah.
It looks like. But the world is a better place today because of people who lived selfless and a life just to impact their world. See, talk about money. See, sometimes the lie that we have been told, especially from growing up, even from our family, also when you sika nya warrior pa that time from Itombeka Church say nya aban ejuma, because aban ejuma there it is what stable. But that's a huge lie. Trust me. The level of frustration, confusion, and wastedness in our generation is because of meaninglessness. And that is huge. I speak to thousands and 10,000s of people, and you will be shocked the level of emptiness in our world today. And to make it even more scary is within the walls of the church. And that is really like, do we really know the God we are talking about? How many of us seated here would even go on our knees and ask God, do I go for this job? Yes, there's no work. Like it seems everything is limited. And so people are just going with the flow. And that is very scary for me. So how do you juggle this life and that life? I feel there is only one life. And all of it must begin to, make meaning in the choices that we are doing. Yes, purpose evolves as you get closer and get connected to God. You will definitely reach the aha moment or the eureka moment as you're talking about. Oh, really? So this is it. Look, God is so, sometimes it's really frustrating because You'll be praying and asking God, hey, what is it that I need to do? What do I have to do? Especially when you are with the senior high movement, highly confused class of people in the world. Yes. So you're struggling to even put your feet, because purpose gives you focus, and focus gives you a speed, and you are able to achieve what it is that you have to achieve. So yes, purpose evolves over time as you continuously follow what is in your heart. Now let me just quickly give you some few cardinal points. Number one, don't throw away your desires that are in you. Every human being has desires. Everyone steady has a level of desire in us. Maybe as a wife, it can change, husband, it can change because of the responsibility. But your desires have been put in you by God. Number two, your passion, your interest, all right, your talent, and your skill set, all of them are pointers to what exactly that you need to do in this life. And maybe the exercises are when you want to cry to God to help you do all of this. But don't throw away your desires, your interests, and all of that. But you put all of this in one grand scheme, and you find out that there is a reason that I am here. Don't scatter yourself all over the place. I see very talented young people, and they are all over the place. People think that I'm quite, this guy is out of the place. No, I'm not out of the place, because I really know what supports me. There are places I will never go. There are people I'll never hang out with, because I know what I have to do. My time is really limited, unless you have no idea about what your time really is. But if you're able to understand that, it will define a lot of things for you. There are a lot of social media platforms I wouldn't do. Hey, you have to be on TikTok. I'm like, okay, so now I'll get a lot of following. I'm like, TikTok, okay. Then you go like, don't. What I'm trying to say is, stick to the drawing board, the initial plan. Whether you are a wife, don't throw away your purpose. People are doing so well. You see a young lady doing so well. All of a sudden, he goes to marry another person. Hey, everything is gone down. So everyone's become a wife. Okay, really? Then I think you are no more. Okay, I'll just hold on. But the point is, spend all of your life figuring out why you are here. If that is what you need to do, because in our generation, things gives us value than we giving things value. You see how they turned the whole world upside down. So now, where people work gives them value. That is really scary.
Yeah.
And you meet them. Oh my goodness, I go out of Ghana. I hear this guy. They are mentioning his name, oh, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's just sit down and a coffee and let's have some conversation. 1 or 2 words alone, and I am disappointed. Like, literally disappointed. Because money has just covered him, enjoying himself or value. Trust me, a lot of people that this world hail so high, just have a coffee with them and have a conversation, deep conversation. You will be really, really disappointed. Our ministers, a lot of things have to go on. So please, follow after purpose. It may not bring you money, but definitely it will give you satisfaction. And that is what we are looking for. To be sincere with you, let's focus on the essentials. The others will definitely come. The first moment I received an amount of money in all of my life, I spent just 15 minutes. Just 15 minutes. When I got home, I was like, hey, I can't be doing 9 to 5 and I have to wait till the end of the month. Whereas when I follow my purpose and I sharpen my skill, just 15 minutes is giving me almost about 6 months' salary. What am I doing? So, purpose. Please focus on it. And sometimes the way the world has become, as she was saying, it's like everyone is moving after money. And it is true, because it's when this guy who's away here. See, we're here, then was screaming, hey, I need money, I need money. Yes. And because of money, we are even seated here. But trust me, focus on the essentials. So as you begin to follow purpose, the grand scheme of things begin to what? Open up for you. And that is how my life has been. It has, every now and then, it is being shaping and it is opening up even in a grander style. So yes, it evolves, it will become clearer, and that's how God really works. Because if He gives you the whole picture, you are going to really what? Relax. But when you don't know and you are having that kind of, hey, you make a seal, you sleep You have dreams that you are receiving a lot of money, you are receiving a lot of accolades. Don't you get a lot of passion?
Yes.
When you get so much excited, but all of a sudden you tell you tomorrow, I guess there's no interest in about it. So yeah, I'll keep it here, but please focus on the essential, which is purpose. I don't know for me, but distraction is away kakra.
Yeah.
But all right, I'll leave
I
it
think
there.
we'll get to a point where we talk about the distractions. So thank you so much, Mr. Quarm. So the Elizabeth, can you just share with us, like, was there any aha moment for you in particular that you felt, okay, this is what God wants me to do, or this is why I'm here on earth? This is what I have to do as a person living on earth. Was there any moment for you, and what exactly? Can you share the story around that for us?
Okay, so before I do that, Mr. Kwam managed to give us some pointers. And Auntie Ruth has also delved deep into it. But from the onset, if you don't discover yourself, there's no way.
So self-discovery, you're
Self-discovery.
bringing self-discovery in.
If you don't discover yourself and what you want to do, there is no way that you will be able to fulfill purpose. I don't think Kabute just woke up one day and just said, oh, bring your dissertations to me, I'll make it happen. There is something that happened. There was an instance where he did it, epic. He did one for another person, epic. And so now he can decide that I won't even do any work at all. This is what I will do. And I kid you not, people will definitely come to you. A lot of people are coming to you because now we want the easy way. And so people will rush to him because they know that, oh, there's someone who does professional dissertation and so people will come to him. There are times when we want to go with the flow. Oh, everybody is doing content creation. You need to find yourself. You need to find what I also do. It will give me that seclusion. It will give me that spontaneous effect. Auntie Ruth sells houses. She's good at what she does. But it is not the houses selling, that is what is taking her far. She mentioned that it is her eloquence in praying. That is what is taking her far. Now back to what you told me. I think purpose, for me, purpose is a journey. It doesn't stop at any point in time. And so I went for an event, just a casual attendee. I went and then I was seated somewhere in the middle. And then just halfway through the program, I noticed that Reverend Abraham Lamte was seated behind me. Akese Bongo was seated behind me. And so at a point, I had to keep looking around me like that. And I noticed that there was no form of, how do I even say it? There was no, you understand, like everything is just scattered. There's no intentionality about the whole thing. Like, and the people were so naive to the point that even common faces, they couldn't tell. And so I stood up, I went to the back, and I was like, where I'm seated, why won't necessary now? And then they were like, oh, it's for the masses. And I'm like, no, there's something wrong here. Because I see big people in the industry behind me, and I am seated in front. I, for one, I love to give reference to whom reference is due. And so I don't think I will see Mr. Quarm at an event and then I will be seated expecting him to come and tell me, oh, can I sit here? No. The intentionality has to start from the ashes. The ashes have to know who I am ushering, what the person is coming to do here. Is the person there or the person is there? I know we have to give some sort of reverence to everybody.
Right.
We are not supposed to be picky. But there are some people who have broken through and have gotten there. You need to give them that reverence. And so I stood up, went to the back, I spoke to the lady, and then I was like, baby. So I went, and then the known faces I knew, I had to bring them out and then put them there. Unknown to me that they were not even happy about the way they were treated.
Okay.
So after the event, they came to me, they were like, oh, mommy, Nyami Shroud, like, you really made me feel accepted.
Okay.
So I was sitting there and I was like, okay. I mean, where Baba between, let it pass.
Okay.
There was another event, Women in Worship. I was there, and then the same thing happened, and I was like, no, there is a reason why every time this thing happens, I find myself there. And so let me just make it work. Just after Women in Worship, there was another program in January. And then I get a call from one artist and then says that, oh, I want you to handle my events for me. Handle what? Handle the coordination, handle the protocol, the ushering and everything. Do you think if I hadn't done what I did at the other events, they would feel the need to even entrust that job into my hands? No. And so there was a time where I felt like, okay, I mean, like I've gotten there because now if there's an event and there's no Lizzie, the event will. I sat down and then I was like, no, this can make and unmake me. There are people who are evolving day in, day out. There are a lot of ushering agencies. There are a lot of people who are intentional about what they do. But there's definitely something about me that makes people come to me to also do what I do. And so, even though I'm still learning, I feel like I have made an impact that has gotten me there.
Okay.
You wouldn't get the likes of Joe Metal entrusting a whole stadium into your hands. That Lizzie, I am holding a program here, handle coordination for me. It's not easy. But they know you are good at it. You can see Belinda at the back and bring Belinda to where she's supposed to sit.
Okay.
Not to blow my own horns, but I feel like if I hadn't found myself and known that, oh, I'm good at this thing. I started my agency with my family members. When the artist came to me and said, oh, I want you to handle this event for me, I went to them and I was like, hey, they've given me the thing, and now I don't even have people I'm going to execute it with. They were like, oh, I got them, we went there, we did what we had to do. Oh, who is your boss? Then they'll call me, they'll give the number to me, and I'm like, okay, and then I'll pick it. and we managed to learn through, you get to an event, there are hitches here and there, you learn, you pick up. The next point, you are doing better. And I feel like it's a journey. I haven't gotten there, but I'm doing my best.
Okay, so thank you so much, Liz. To our international viewers, I think the language we are speaking is Chi. So, we keep interjecting Chi, and then I just wanted people to know about that. So, Mr. Quarm, you mentioned about we not letting go of our desires, our passions, and then what our goals. And there could be a person, if there's anybody in this room, for somebody like me, growing up, I think someone had mentioned it, I was like multi-talented. If you put me here, I would function. Wherever you put me, I was going to function. And then at a point, even in secondary school, I was even a barber. I've done all sorts of things. I've done like all sorts of things. I've sewn. I have an eye for fashion. I have an eye for a lot of things. So for someone like me, or anybody seated here, it's quite easier to say you have, okay, this is what I'm good at. I'm going to chase after this. But then if you have someone who is like, I feel I'm good at this, I'm good at this, I'm good at this, I'm good at, how does the person find purpose in that chaos? Because we are saying, okay, don't let go of your desires, don't let go of your passions, don't let go of what you can do. Some people have a plethora of passions and desires, a lot, and maybe diverse desires, diverse passions. So how do you put everything together, and how do you say, okay, this is what I'm working around? How do you merge that, the chaotic?
Yeah. Well, that is why there's so many questions. So there's no problem with having multiple, or use the word multifaceted.
Yes.
Kind of, but that's okay. She mentioned something. When you enter into any space or into any room, I'm very sure that when each and every one of us entered here, there was something that caught your attention or our attention. It could be the seating arrangement, it could be the decor, It could be the way people are being ushered in, maybe the way the food have been placed. Those kind of things. Listen, the point is this: the problems and challenges that stares us in our face are all indicators of what we are supposed to solve. That's very important for us to know. She goes to a place, someone just is coming for an event. Do I care about where someone is sitting? It's not about you, I really want. Because that is something that you feel must be done right. Maybe, I don't know why you decided to sell houses or maybe other stuffs, but there could be a particular reason that is motivating you to do. Right. So, fine. Write all those desires down, or those things that you want to do. Write all of them down. Don't leave one out. That's the first point of it. Then the second step really is, I think you should come for the career master class. Yeah. Anyway, so this is actually my current book, and it's been sold. I said just 5, but just brought to let you know. So this is it. The confusion in our world now is not because we don't know what we want to do. It's because we want to do a lot of things.
Okay.
So when you meet people and they're like, me, I don't know what to do, it's a huge lie. Every one of us here knows what really we want to do, but we are at a crossroad as to what to really do, because there are a lot of things we want to do. So when you write all these things down, then you begin to connect it to a lot of other factors, which maybe if you want to go into it, it will take a lot of time, but it's quite technical. What I can just say in passing is this: interests, desires, and all that there is are real. Connect it to exactly what moves you or what is very important. Don't take away the idea that there is a world and there are problems and there are issues that you need to solve. Barbering people's head, yes. Okay, it could be just for the road. But is it really something that you want to do?
No.
Do you understand? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Now, maybe other stuff, like Nima Bibri, I don't want to just mention all of them, but this is what we should focus on. Something that you really want to work on and bring solution to. For someone like me, I am what we call order and design. I think people must begin to operate in order. So sometimes I can come off as you are being very strict. No, but you see, when things are done orderly, it makes everything beautiful.
Okay.
And definitely you'll find people really, opposing it, because people don't like order. They want to be supposedly like free, but there's no such word as freedom, because Ruth's freedom might be something that will impede my freedom. Maybe Ruth wants to be, I like to be shouting, screaming, but maybe I'm having some kind of headache. Okay, so would you want to quiet down a little bit? That's why you need to pray that God won't put you in a compound house. Have yourself compounded. You can do what you want to do. So that is it. Like, you need to focus on the essentials. That's how any man be brave. But those things will not bring you any achievement. In one of our trainings, we see that there is a clear difference between activity and achievement. A lot of activities can never grant you anything if it doesn't bring you a source of what? Achievement. And achievement is connected to what we want to do at the end of the day. So as a wife, human being also, let me just give a classical example in a home. As a wife, typical wife, please, I don't know, contemporary, typical African wife. Oh, sorry, I was saying, we'll go and see you. You don't expect your husband to go for what he
Are you saying in
I
like
said typical.
no? So typical. Are you saying typical in the modern world or typical?
Means traditional.
Back to the traditional. Typical traditional Africa setting. All right.
When there's
Let's go
water
back to the
flowing
beach.
through
Let's
the
go to-
pipes.
Let's go back to the village. Let's go back to the village. Thank you. I mean, we've seen it in Nigerian movies. Have you ever seen men carrying these things by the root? Okay, so you have to go and fetch water for the home.
Okay.
You'd have to sweep. You'd have to cook. You'd have to serve. Those kind of stuff. The woman wakes up and she has all these lined up that she needs to do. It's something that she has to do so that at the end of the day, they can see her for the woman that she is. All right? But how is she able, or will she be able to do all of that? She needs to what we call prioritize each one of them. Which one of these things that I desire to do will give me the utmost satisfaction in life? Even though I want to do so many things, which one of these will give me the greatest satisfaction in life? And that is for me the beginning point of this having meaning and having results going forward. So I'll leave it there.
Okay. All right.
Okay, I wanted to add.
Thank you. Okay, so
Add to it.
Yes. I wanted to add to what he's saying. Now, I see that now some people do confuse career with purpose.
okay.
Yes, we were created on earth to become like Christ, like I said. Some people are fortunate to have their career and their purpose intertwined. So in the prospect of fulfilling your purpose, or no, performing your career, you fulfill your purpose. In some people's lives, their career is here and their purpose is here. But then the whole idea is to find a way to balance both. Because truthfully, you can find a way where your purpose would work in your career. So let's not think about purpose like it's your job. No, it's not your job. Because definitely not. God didn't create me to come and sell houses. Never. But then in selling of homes, I meet people. I speak to people all the time. How can I be impactful in their lives? And that's where the question mark is. So I remember right from school, I did accounting at University of Ghana. And then the best university, yeah, business school actually. The best business school in Ghana, yes. And I'm good with numbers. And I thought that I'll become I would practice accounting. So after school, our national service, they were posted to farm milk, my friend and I. And then we were put in the sales department. And up until now, I question my boss because we told him, we are not salespeople. We are accountants. Please take us to the accounts department. He's like, if you want accounts department, there's nothing you can do. So it's either you are staying or you are leaving. And I was so discouraged because I was also doing my chartered accountancy. And I wanted to become a chartered accountant. I mean, I am a chartered accountant, but I'm not like Debbie. Debbie is practicing. I am not practicing. Yeah, so I thought that was what I was supposed to do, or to become a chartered accountant, a practicing accountant, but I'm not. I sell homes. And I've always been beating myself why we didn't pursue accounting, because sales is difficult. It's extremely difficult, and it is mentally draining. And if you don't meet your target, you lose yourself. There are some people who have, had high blood pressure. People have died because of these kind of pressures. Monday morning, you see people going to work and their heart is beating. Bankers especially, those who are, so it cannot be my purpose, honestly. I didn't come here in this world to have, but then this is just another side of it. I didn't know I would end up doing sales. But when we were growing up, we had the opportunity to speak, to do prayer meetings, lead prayer meetings, do exaltations in church, on campus too, doing poetry, dancing, standing in front of a lot of people and speaking to them, doing poetry. I did not know that these things that I was doing eventually will become substantial in my career path. So in the quest of following Christ, and then doing these little things. Like somebody will come in, like she's saying, she sees people behind and she thinks that they should come, like they should be organized. And now that is her career. So sometimes one of her career, sorry. Yeah. But so in as much as we want to be great in future, when you serve God, it would direct you to where you're supposed to be. It's not really about, for the young people, it's not about your SHS, I'm telling you. It's not about what degree you had, what class you had. Nobody has ever asked me that question before.
But then it's important.
Yeah, it is important. I'm not undermining your education, but I'm saying it's bigger than that. You get it? So whilst you are serving God, you find your place. You find the reason why you were created. And then it will lead you to your career. It will lead you to your marriage. It will shock you. Some people find their spouses while serving God. You see, it will lead you to where you are supposed to be. So let's not just think about my job. I wake up in the morning and that's not all that it is about you. And don't make people make you think that spirituality is too archaic. Because at the end of the day, the question about your life is, what impact did you make? It's not how many houses I sold. It's not how many money I have made in the bank. But it's about what impact have I made. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much, Ruth. I think we can do it better for our panelists. So just to chip in, I think personally growing up, I've always wanted to serve, and I didn't know that. I would go to the filling station, I see a pump attendant, and then I'm like, I want to be a pump attendant. I'm like, I think one time I had told either my mom or something, and they're like, no, this is a very crazy idea. I go to a restaurant, I see the waiter or the waitress, and I'm so moved by how, okay, they are serving people. And I'm like, okay, I want to be a waiter or I want to be a waitress. I go to ShopRite, I see the cashiers, and I'm like, oh, you're welcome. And I was so moved. So I just realized that it's not just about, okay, being this or that, but the whole idea was someone who likes to serve. I mean, I go to church, I'm all over the place. Wherever you invite me, I'm like, okay, what can I do? That is the kind of person I am. And I wouldn't say I have arrived fully, but then I feel, like Mr. Quarm said, that your desires, your passion. I'm very passionate about serving. I don't know if it's a crazy passion, but then, but then that is who I am. I'm very the fact that I get to meet people, I get to just smile at people, and I mean, I think God gave me a very infectious smile as well. Yeah. So the fact that I get to meet people, I get to smile, I get to talk to people that, oh, okay, are you okay? Is everything fine with you? It's something that at the end of the day, when I go back home and I sit down, I feel very satisfied that, okay, this is what I have also done. Yeah, so I think just to chip in when Mr. Quarm talked about the desires and then the passions as well. So thank you so much, Mr. Quarm. Thank you, Wo. Okay.
Let me add to what you just said.
Okay.
So I was going to actually come in after what Ruth was saying. So please, just to encourage all of us, if you get the opportunity to serve, please don't do away with it. Grab it with both hands, because you may never know when it will come in handy. With the conversation about serving, this thing I started was just a random thing I was just doing. And then I do a lot of things, please forgive me. And we are not saying that in your quest to find purpose, do away with your career, baby. You can manage your career somehow, but the thing that gives you joy is what you should focus on, because that's what's going to be giving, it's what's going to be filling your pockets. Honestly, I am a benefactor of that, and I know what I am saying. I worked at Ghana Water after school. I was at the call center. And just like Debbie is saying, I like to, way back in school, no more from the because I am here, I am there. Debbie will see me, may call enter, come rehearsal, may call Gunsa, may call say, and sometimes you're like, You are everywhere. Everybody knows you. Oh, do you know Lizzie? At a point, my name was even missing. What means that intercom lady? You know, Fila Kung Fu, tap water. So when after school, after uni, I was with Ghana Water, and I felt like I was caged because the call center, you don't get to see the people. You talk to them on phone. And sometimes when I receive the call and I drop the call, I do the necessary checks and then I give the feedback to the client. Sometimes some of them call back and they're like, and I'm wondering why are they saying that? Not knowing. So for a long time, people take their complaints, but they never act. They throw the complaint under the bus and then that's it. Oh, they'll work on it, the people are on the field, but no action is taken. And so the woman actually loved the fact that I gave her a feedback that, I just reported the issue. So she was like, keep it up, okay? And then some go as far as coming there to come and see who they are talking to. It didn't end there. I was at Alisa Hotel, I was a front office agent. I feel like God puts me at certain places to make an impact and then I leave. Because the Ghana Water Call Center, I was very, very, very sure that, with what I have done, I'll get the job after. And then and I went to Alisa. They had certain ways they did their thing. Like you stand for 9 hours, you don't sit. You don't use your phone, you don't like you are confined within the workplace. And that side too, you need to take guest complaints, give it to whoever is supposed to act accordingly. And that place too, they wouldn't give feedback. The guests would be in the room, my AC is not working, they come down, they come and rant at the reception, and sometimes you're even given a query, but you're not given the cost of it. So all these places, sometimes I'm like, like I'm doing my best, but sometimes it's like it fetches you issues rather, and then you get people who actually talk down. Yeah, we don't know. Like and yes, I say, please don't listen to them.
Okay.
Do what you can do, but don't end up scattered everywhere.
Okay. Thank
Do
you.
what you can do at the right time, at the right place. And then I feel like it will bring you the
Closer
the
to your
need.
purpose. Okay.
I met Auntie Dinah at Alisa while on the job, but now I am happier. I met Ebuka songs while serving. Now, if you don't come through me, you don't go to Ebuka songs. So I feel like God puts you at certain places at the right time. She sells houses, she talks to certain people, and then the people rather tell her that, don't you think so? And I feel like it's a plus. For other people to see your worth, it means that you are doing a good thing. So please don't stop doing you. Thank you.
Thank you. So I think we just have some few more minutes to spare, and in the space of 1 minute, maybe from each of you, before we open it up for question and answer time, for the young people here who want to make meaningful impact, what would you advise? They want to work in purpose, they want to make meaningful impact. I don't think if they didn't want to, they wouldn't be here. So especially for the young people, in the space of just 1 minute, what advice would you give them? So who is going first?
Okay. I think I put some pointers down. Okay. The first point I put down was to start small. Okay. If you don't have the means of starting big, you have just a phone. You have the means of creating a page on social media. Do it. You have friends you can start with. If it is doing catering, you start, say, bread. Do something, give it to them. Oh, friends, try this and let me see your feedback. Start small. Like, there's no need, because you want to be a content creator, you're going to look for ring lights, you're going to look for a camera, you're going to look for a video guy. It's a lot. Do what you can do. And then educate yourself. Read more. If it is serving, you want to read about it. Read about volunteering. Read about what you want to do. Educate yourself. Volunteer work, I think we've spoken about it. Social media activism, I've just spoken about it. Skill sharing. If you hear that Debbie is doing an event like this, there will be the need for a videographer. You do that freelance. Oh, Debbie, can I come and help with this? You should be able to factor in yourself when necessary. Partner with others. Mr. Quarm, please, I do this. Would there be the need to partner with you? Maybe when you are doing this, your career seminar. I just want to be someone small. Yes, and then be creative, please. Don't limit yourself to, oh, I'm a videographer, I'm just here. I do well with, please today I'm on leave, forgive me. I do well with dissertation, so that's the only thing I would do. I don't think that's the only thing you do, right? Yes,
No.
please don't limit yourself. Be creative. Let something about you be spontaneous. Let people know that, oh, this person that I'm coming for. There are a lot of MCs. But I think Belinda does well. Belinda is, she's there. Oh, Mr. Quarm, there's something about his there's something about what he does. Let me go in for him. Oh, Belinda, Ruth is very eloquent. Let me be creative. Let your skill be spontaneous, please. And then also build relationships. Please build relationships. Smile when necessary. Talk to people. Express yourself, and it will amaze you when it will come in handy.
All right, thank you, the Elizabeth. Ruth.
I wanted to be the last person.
Let's get some people to sleep.
Okay, I think Liz said it all. For the young ones, my advice to you is to pursue excellence. Whatever you find your hands doing in terms of your academics, make sure you are the best. Bible says that He will make us the head and never the tail. So everywhere you find yourself, make sure you are the head. Strive to excel. I think that's basically it. Because people will only listen to you when they think you have substance.
Something to offer.
Something to offer. If you don't have it, you can't give it. So in school, make sure you pass your WASI exams. Study hard. And then in it, you can excel. Yeah, that's all.
Thank you so much, Ruth.
Excellent. Wow. All right. So, number one, it's not too late. It's not too late to refocus, redirect yourself. Number two, don't be too hard on yourself. All right. Just flow. All right. Sometimes we just want to hear God. God, which way should I go? And it's not coming. It's not coming. Just flow. All right. And I think it will really help you. But this is what I want to just say. You cannot help everyone do everything. Just do one thing. I want to talk about the power of focus. It's very important. I don't know, but I'm getting a lot of inspiration and understanding about the word time. T-I-M-E. And Mirano is very limited. I don't know, but it's like there's a lot of things that we have to do. So like focus. All right. So focus, I mean, believe in yourself. You are up to it. You can do it, definitely. But take it easy on yourself. All right, take it so easy. Number three, focus. Then most importantly and finally, grow deeper with God on a personal level, not on a church level. In our generation, churches have busied all of us with programs. 21 days, 35 days, revival, whatever. I just saw one, 100%, 87 days of all nights. Oh my goodness. How many revivals and we are not revived?
God will come down.
How many fastings and our life is still the same? So, I mean, know God on a personal level.
Okay.
If you are here and your thing is not working, maybe pastor is here.
Yeah.
All right, so thank you so much. So it's time for questions and answers. So if you are here, you have maybe a question to ask, you want to seek some clarification on something, or you want to just bring your own suggestions or your own comments, please feel free to do that. So, okay, so Mr. So I call him Doctor. Dennis, Eden, Hachu. So, doctor, please.
Thank you. Mine is a question actually.
Okay.
I've been listening to the discussion. I put out a few points. This question goes to the top part especially. What advice would you give to someone who feels disconnected very much from their lost interest?
Okay.
What's how to advise the person to do?
Okay, so we'll take 2 more questions, then we can just. So. Yeah, another question.
You're writing it down.
Okay. Okay, sure.
I think the whole idea is for us to have know your reason,
Okay.
have your matter, and power. I believe that before you discover yourself, you need to have your own reason.
Okay.
Because we doing it analysis, we were taught about the 5 possibilities.
Okay.
Where, what, where.
Okay.
Literally, this means that reasons or why.
Okay.
So I believe that if you're able to understand or get your own reason,
Okay.
then you discover yourself.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sharif, for sharing with us the 5 W's. No, would just so.
Okay, so I think you guys are looking really lovely today.
All right.
Thank
Thank you.
I think there's a lot of very meaningful information.
Okay.
A lot of them resonated. I guess that the chunk of the conversation has been around purpose, discovering your purpose and all that. But I think we should also graduate the conversation to how you scale your purpose.
Okay.
How do you scale up your purpose for a better impact or a broader impact? So if we could just touch on that, because I think some of us know our purposes already. But the struggle really is how to scale up.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's actually part of the discussion, but because of the time constraint, we had to just. Thank you so much for bringing that up. So I think we'll just talk briefly on the question. The first question: what advice would you give to someone who feels so much disconnected from their purpose? And then would move on to the next question. How do you scale your purpose to have better impact? So what advice would you give to someone who feels so much disconnected from their purpose?
Right. Even in the chaos, we find purpose. That's very important for us to know. And I really agree with what you're saying, because in most of our speakings, that is exactly what we do. I even board of directors, we get big guys like, but again, what have I been doing all this while? So first of all, in the chaos, God will even make you find purpose. So that's the first point of it. But number 2, you need to understand that you will never have peace of mind or of heart when you are not doing what you've been called to do. And Ruth, let me quickly say this. I don't know how you pick it, but in my years of research, something that can really give you peace of mind is when there is a sync between your purpose and your career. Trust me, according to New Time magazines in the United States, every Monday morning, about 86% of working professionals have high blood pressure. And it's because they are doing jobs, encountering bosses, and being in spaces and places that impact their health in terms of mental, psychological, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
So I will always encourage people to please follow and pursue purpose, and out of it, draw your career out of it.
Okay, thank you
That
so
will
much.
really help you. So if you feel disconnect quickly, what you need to do is you need to understand that even where you are is the beginning of a new dawn that you need to pull from. Don't go back. Someone will say take a break. No. From there, just begin to do what we call career analysis. That's why we have what we call career transition, and that's the 4th book actually. And we'll pick it from there and we'll begin to go. Because of our time, would like to just give.
Okay, so thank you so much, Mr. Ben Quarm. So briefly, to the second question, how do you scale your purpose? So you found your purpose, you found, okay, this is what this is what I'm good at. This is what I'm good at. So say I found, okay, I'm good at serving, I'm good at speaking, I'm good at meeting people, I'm good at making people feel at home. How then do you scale it to better impact your world, to better impact your generation, to better impact those around you?
Picking from Ruth, let me steal her word, excellence.
Okay.
This is what we have to, and excellence comes from personal growth.
Okay.
Arrival mentality will pull you down. Whatever scale, even for the Elizabeth, don't be excited about where you are or what you've got into. Continuous training, continuous development, because there's a higher, better, contemporary way of doing everything. So one of the ways of scaling up your purpose is by being intentional, your word again, in trying to develop yourself to become a master. So I don't know whether you were the one I was talking to. Another thing aside time that I'm studying is authority. Become an authority in wherever you find yourself.
Exactly.
So that you can make the maximum impact. Because when you're an authority, everyone listens to you. And when they listen to you, the impact begins to skyrocket. And that's one of the ways you can.
All right, so thank you so much, Mr. Quarm. Thank you so much, the Elizabeth. Thank you so much, Ruth. I think this has been a very insightful section, and I've loved the insights I've gained here. I've loved what they have said so far, and I believe we've learned a lot, especially the young ones in our midst. And we are all young actually, so we have all learned a lot, and then hopefully I think this should go on another time. Yes, so hopefully we'll be having next year, we'll have a bigger summit. Yes, so it wouldn't be something small like this. So next year hopefully we are going to have a bigger summit where we get to spend more time discussing very critical issues in our lives. I mean, we want to become better people. We want to impact our world. We want to give ourselves to our world. You don't want to die knowing that, okay, you could have been this, but then you didn't do that. And there's one thing that I learned from Miles Monroe, that when you go to the graveyard, that's the richest place you can get, where people who could have written books are there, where people who could have impacted lives are there. So we want to give ourselves to the world. We want to pour out all our potentials. We want to pour out all that we can do for our world, for our generations. And we actually want to die empty, knowing that we gave ourselves to the world. And I think discussions like this are very essential and critical to that effect. So hopefully next year we are going to have more of this. We are going to do it bigger. We are going to have a better one. So thank you all for joining us this morning. And thank you so much to our very intelligent and purposeful and intentional panelists. So too soon, this comes to an end of our panel discussion. And then, so let's just give them a round of applause as we just take it. So thank you so much. Thank you so much.